In this video, I share with you 5 practical habits that you can adapt to manage and regulate your emotions so that you are not a victim to them the moment they arise and instead gain more control over the reaction to your emotion so that you can respond to circumstances, people, and situations in a more intentional way. Welcome back to Find Your Inner Panda. My name is Tan. I'm a physician, coach, and consultant for health and well-being and wellness. And in this channel, we talk about spirituality and self-growth. If you missed out on my first video concerning this topic, feel free to check it out because there I talk about the more holistic approach and the more internal steps that are needed to really manage and control your emotions. But today's video is more about just practical habits that you can adapt to get to this state I'm talking about in the other video. Okay, so let's directly dive in. Step number 1 is the chemical countdown. It might sound a bit too simple, but actually just counting helps. And there is a natural physical explanation to this. Because the moment you have a certain emotion, chemicals, neurotransmitters are released. And by simply just counting, the moment you feel your emotion, you can really just count from 1 to 10, from 10 back to 1. And you would just gain time for the neurotransmitters to be released, to be there, and for you to not directly react to this hormonal state. So you just gain some time actually to let this reaction subside and choose your response afterwards. So next time when you feel something triggering you and you want to react, stop it and just count and just see how it works. Habit number 2 is quite similar in some way. It's breath work. Again, the moment when the emotion arises and you feel the reaction bursting out of you, stop it here and breathe. Because slow breathing is activating your parasympathetic nervous system. And this is going to cause you to slow down and to calm down, because your parasympathetic nervous system is your rest and digest mode. So the heart rate is going to sink, the blood pressure is going to sink. You just get in a more rested state. So, and the good part about it, you can just combine habit number 1 and habit number 2. You can just breathe and count, and again, see how it works here. Habit number 3 is about identifying your emotion. So this might sound weird to you by now, but actually, have you ever asked yourself if you really know what kind of emotion you have the moment you feel upset? So is it anger, frustration, sadness, fear, whatever? And in order to, manage the emotion or stop the reaction coming out, you need to understand what kind of emotion you have. So the moment you get upset because of some situation, person, circumstance, really ask yourself, what am I feeling? The first emotion that's coming into your mind might not be the real basic foundational one. So maybe you feel angry about something, but when you just reflect on why you are angry, maybe in the end you get to another emotion. So this process can help you understand yourself better, and as a result you can understand why you have a certain emotion, why you have the reaction to the emotion, and then you can change this. So it's more about finding out the root, finding out the cause for an emotion that you have. Because when you understand the reason, so maybe there is a solution here and not the emotion that you kind of felt the first moment. Habit number 4 is expressing your emotions. And there are multiple ways to do so. So you can channel your emotions through other activities. Some people like to do sports, Like they like to release stress by going for a run. You also might enjoy being creative, dancing, writing, singing. Yeah, you can just sing loud and release the emotions here. And if you need to, sometimes it's also okay to just punch a pillow. Yeah, it's just to process the emotion, to let it out, to go through it, and afterwards you feel better. Sometimes you don't need to overcomplicate it. Yeah, but by expressing your emotions, I also mean communication. So if there are situations you encounter where you feel hurt or misunderstood by another person, it can be very helpful to communicate about those feelings. On the one hand, it might just have really been a misunderstanding because there's one person sending out a message and another one receiving maybe something different. This is just natural, yeah? So communication might just already resolve the problem. And additionally, when you communicate your emotions, you also communicate your needs and your boundaries. And you explain to other people how to treat you. Habit number 5 is somehow connected to communication as well. It's about empathy. When you get upset about a person or something a person's saying to you, maybe you can try to understand their motivation behind it. Because often other people have certain hurts and fears and doubts as well that cause them to react in their emotional way. And don't get me wrong here, you still set your boundaries, right? But it's more about understanding that the other person didn't intentionally plan to be mean to you or hurt you, but it's just that they have their own story, their own emotions, their own problems, and this maybe just causes them to react or to behave in a certain way. And still, you still set your boundaries. It's not about allowing other people to treat you badly. It's just about understanding that there might be a different situation as well. So this is a lot about forgiving other people and forgiving yourself as well. We all went through our own traumas, we all went through our own stories, the past that we experienced. For sure, this has an impact on the way we behave and the way other people behave and feel. So be compassionate with yourself, be compassionate with others, and communicate about your emotions. Try to understand them better, because in the end, your emotions are messages from you to yourself, right? About where you can still grow and where you can still develop more love and understanding for yourself as well. If you found this helpful, maybe you also like my other videos, feel free to check them out, and I hope to see you again soon. Till next time, bye!